morning, it's not morning, it's like 11:30. I've just been feeling this type of way. I need to go downtown later and I really don't feel like it, and I just don't want to leave the house, and I think it's just because I haven't left the village that I live in, and now I'm just anxious to go downtown again, and it's just like, so yeah, I'm just a bit meh. I don't want to go. I feel a bit blah. So the first step I did was I already got dressed, which is usually what keeps me in a funk otherwise, if I just stay in my pajamas all day. So I got dressed. I told myself not to go like on Instagram and all that stuff, because I mean, like, it keeps me entertained, but at the end of the day it isn't that good for me or anybody probably. So I'm just trying to distract myself until I need to leave today, because I can't change that I'll have to go. I'll have to go anyways, so like, and it won't be a big deal. I mean, getting into the train, driving there, doing what I need to do there and come, it's not a big deal. And ruminating on it won't make it any less bad. I ordered 2 books, so maybe I'll read one of them. I ordered Letters to a Young Poet, the German version, and poems by Emily Dickinson. I ordered those 2 because I read The Humans and the Midnight Library by Matt Haig, and I really liked them. Then I listened to a bunch of podcasts where he was on talking about stuff, just because I'm a very all or nothing person. Like, if I get invested in something, I get invested in it. I can lose interest next day and not care at all. But I'm very like, either I don't care or I'm totally obsessed. I liked it a lot, so I ordered them on Amazon. And I expected like these 2 average kind of books that are like just like this, you know? They're kind of polar opposite, which I thought was kind of funny. This is the one from Rilke. It's like really small. I guess it happens if you write letters, you just don't write that much. You don't write a book full of letters. And then the Emily Dickinson thing is, I mean, I didn't know how many poems she'd written, so if I'd known, I maybe would have expected a bigger book, but I got this. It just seemed a bit funny to me. Though I heard she has quite some depressive stuff, so I don't know if, you know, if that's going to be great. Yesterday I also had this really cool encounter with a cat. I mean, like, I met my soulmate, it's just a fact. I do have a cat, but like, I was outside and then I saw this cat in the grass, and then like, she looked at me and we made eye contact, and it was like, I knew and she knew, and like, she came towards me and then she like rubbed herself against my legs. You know how cats usually like walk around you and then they do that. I pet her and and then she jumped on my lap and like, she followed me, and I totally would have just snuck her into the house if I were 100% sure that she didn't belong to anybody else. But it was like, you can't imagine, it was just immediate connection, and it inspired me to manifest once I have my own place and I have a cat, what I call them. And so I started coming up with a lot of cat names. I thought it would be maybe cool to, over the next few days, like, kind of collect them with you and then just kind of see what we come up with, because, you know, cat's name is, it's not as easy as, you know, like naming a baby. I mean, a baby is like, a cat is like part of you. I was just studying for the theory of my driver's license, and I was thinking, I don't know where that thought came from, but something out of maybe like a movie or so, Frankenstein, and then the nickname could be something like Frankie or so. Or if you have 2 cats and one's kind of good and one's kind of bad, you could call them Jekyll and Hyde. But it also kind of depends on your cat's personality. Like, you can only actually give them the names as soon as you kind of know their personality a bit and their characteristics. I can imagine that something formal like Madam or Sir would also be kind of cool. I was also just thinking that if you have kind of like a maybe slightly annoying cat or a cat that doesn't really behave, something like Lucifer could be cool, or like Mephisto, I don't know, but like the other word for Lucifer, like the little devil. And then the nickname could be something like Loose or something like that. I don't know. I'm slowly grabbing at straws here. Terrence also seems like a super chill name. Like, the first time I heard it, I think, was in this Tinkerbell movie, where the guy with the big glasses where he has like water drops that he fills in his glasses. That guy's called Terrence, and that was the first time I heard it, and I already then really liked it. But for some reason, Terrence as a general name, but just also as a cat name, I don't know, it just feels like it has this personality. I also feel like Gibson would be a really cool name for a cat. Gibson just sounds very official, but I feel like with a cat you also need a name that when you call them, that it's quick and snappy. Like with Gibson, you could say Gibby. When your cat is on the sofa and it's scratching the sofa and it's not supposed to scratch the sofa, and you want to tell your cat to get off, you're not Gibson. Okay, well actually Gibson kind of works, but it's like Gibby. Like I feel like a good name also needs a good nickname. I'm just coloring in a map for a little project of mine, and I thought of another name, and that name is Fred. I think Fred sounds cool. I've noticed that in a way every name fits to your pet. I guess it just kind of also depends on like what meaning it has to you. You could call your cat whatever, really. You could call your cat whatever. Hey, whatever. So I guess it doesn't really matter. But something that I think is cool is if you give your cat like a proper name and then a nickname. Like you could call your cat as a full name Sir Sisyphus the Third. I don't know, like if it's the third cat in its litter or something, I don't know. And then you could say the nickname is Sissy or something, I don't know. It's really totally up to you. I've also kind of run out of ideas. Well, it's not that I've run out of ideas, it's just that basically every idea works. There's no like really special name for a cat except for like ironic ones if you call your cat cat or if you call your cat dog. I guess a certain sense of humor allows for that. You could also call your cat meerkat. I don't know if it likes to dig in the ground, if it follows you the whole time, if it's a very clingy cat. You could call it copycat or ketchup. You could also call your cat a caterpillar. So I think slowly I'm getting a bit off topic, and we don't want your cat to suffer from an identity crisis. That would be a catastrophe. Anyway, I guess in the end, like every name fits for your cat, but I just had fun kind of coming up with ideas for cat names. I think it is cool if it is like a proper name and then you can still give it like a shortcut. My cat's called Isaac. There's no real particular reason why, but I still miss that cat though, and I think about it more than I'd like to admit.